Hi you guys, so today I thought we would try out the very YouTube famous Chanel Soleil Teint de Chanel bronzer. So this is like a cream to powder bronzer. My husband actually picked this up for me as a gift as he is away traveling with work a lot in the winter, so he likes to bring me duty-free gifts to make up for that fact. So this is one of the things that he picked up for me in his last travel. So I thought we'd see today if it's worth the hype, if it's worth the money, and how it gets on top of other products and under other products, because I'm really curious to see, and I'm also still playing around. I've only used it a couple of times because I find it to be quite time consuming. It's not a like whack it on with a brush, you know, powder bronzer that I would normally use. So it is a bit more time consuming. So I have to have a day where I'm like, let's do this properly. Let's take our time. Let's work it out, you know. This is the packaging. This rather unassuming little pot with a beautiful Chanel logo on the top. Unscrews, and inside you've got this little protective plastic lid. And then this is the product inside. So you can see it did have a little swirl that I have like beaten away using it those few times. It just smells like heaven. It smells so beautiful, like sort of the most beautiful, rich, expensive sun cream is the best way I can describe it. So far I've used a couple of different brushes with it. I started off using like the Sigma F80, and I've also tried my M439, both of which were fine. And today I'm going to give it a go with my very dirty beauty blender. It's only dirty because I just used it to put the foundation on my face, just FYI. But yeah, I mean, it feels like heaven. So creamy, so silky. I've kind of put myself off buying this over like the last 6 months that I've had it kind of on my radar. I've been interested in it because I was like quite tanned from holidays and then from summer, and it only comes in this one universal shade. But obviously it's only universal if you're like an NC30 or lighter, otherwise it's not going to bronze you, it's not really going to show up. So that's why I haven't bought it sooner, if that makes sense. As now I'm like an NC30 and it's moving into winter, so I'm only getting paler from here on out. So I'm just going to swirl my brush in here. So as I said, this is the Sigma F80 flat kabuki, and I'm just going to sort of push it into the skin in those sort of patting motions. I like to take my time with it and like build up slowly. So that is kind of a drawback if you're just looking for something to shove on and rush out the door. It's definitely not like moving my foundation or anything like that, so that's good. Bronze up my neck with it a bit. I mean, the smell, you guys. I like it because I do tend to go a bit overboard and a bit cray-cray, especially in the summer with my bronzer. Like I'm literally wanting, sorry, the noisy traffic today. Like when I use bronzer in the summer particularly, I'm like actually trying to look tanned and like I've been on holiday, whereas I like the fact that this is so like natural looking. You don't have to look, you know, like a completely different shade. It's just adding some definition to the face, some light colour, and just a beautiful finish. The finish is beautiful. It does, I feel like everything about this product feels luxurious, and so it should. So it should. So I'm going to try it with my beauty blender now. I feel like this product is much easier to sort of put on lightly and to build up, and also to just get in the right place because it's that cream. It's a bit easier to control, if you see what I mean. So that works just as beautifully. Obviously that's giving me a more subtle shade, so this might be a really good method if you are really light skinned and you're wanting to be quite careful with like how much opacity you kind of build up. This has given me an even more so natural shade than this side. This side is at least another shade deeper, but obviously you can build this up and it blends out so nicely, like no trouble. Again, no issues with disturbing anything underneath. Oh, it's hard, you know. I guess this shade, it's given me that bit more colour, but this side, it just looks perfect. I'd be interested to see how this wears as well, because obviously it's a cream, and generally creams don't kind of wear as well as powders, and I'm going to try today without setting it, so I'm going to do a little check-in for you later and see how it's worn versus like how a powder bronzer would wear. It's also really easy to take down the neck because it's just like obviously like taking a foundation down your neck, and my neck is so light compared to the rest of me at the moment, so I appreciate the ability to do that. So on this side you can see it's still just got that gorgeous luminosity and that glow to it, but there's obviously no shimmer in here, there's no glitter, so it just looks like dewiness and freshness and youthfulness. So this side's obviously been on like a little while now, but you can see it's still got that glow and that dew, so I don't know that it'll necessarily dry down completely matte. So this is, I hope it stays like this because this is beautiful to me. This side again obviously still is a little bit more natural, a bit lighter because I use the beauty blender, and obviously the beauty blender takes half your product, so I'm just going to go in with my Sigma brush just so that we're a bit even. I really wish it came in different shades, because even like when I was tanned, and even, you know, when I'm tanned I'm not crazy dark, I'm like an NC 40-ish when I have a tan, so even then it wouldn't show up on me at all, so I won't be able to use this in the summer, which is sad. So I wish they had more shades. And I just feel like that is so beautiful, so seamless, so natural. Like I would quite happily go into work with no bronzer, no highlight, just this, and look really, really crazy natural, beautifully sun-kissed. Not even sun-kissed, but just sun-touched, maybe. Yeah, I guess like the one thing to note is that yes, it is fairly expensive. It's perhaps not as expensive as I would have thought. You get so much product. It lasts 18 months. Well, I mean, that's the use by date, but what does that really mean to anyone? So you get 30 grams of product, or 1 whole ounce. So that's like the same as a foundation. Obviously you're using just a tiny amount. So I feel like this is gonna last you at least that 18 months, even if you were like using it every day. I've never seen anyone even looking like they've dented one of these before. So you are getting a lot of value for that money. You know, it is a high-end product, it is Chanel, it is expensive, so therefore I do want to see it last on the skin. So I'm gonna give it like an 8-hour test, and we'll come back in 8 hours time and see how it has gone. So I think we're about, what are we? Just gone 12 o'clock in the afternoon, my goodness. So I'm gonna do some more filming. I'm gonna go do my shopping, go do all my chores, do all my housework. I'm gonna have my dinner, and then I'm gonna come back and we're gonna see how it's lasted on the skin. Bye-bye for now. Hi you guys, so it is now 8:15 in the evening, and I just wanted to jump on and do a quick update with you to show you how this bronzer has held up. So this for me is really perfect. It's still fully there. It hasn't made me oily. You can still see it on my skin. It still looks pretty much as good as when I laid it down. So that is such a bonus, because I don't want to feel like I've got to set my bronzer, particularly not if it costs me nearly £40. So I'm really, really pleased with this. I would massively recommend this as like, maybe put it on your Christmas list, ask for it for your birthday or something like that, because it's gonna really last you a long time and get a lot of use out of this. I think it's beautiful on the skin. If you're an NC 35 or fairer, then I think you can make this work for you. Any deeper than that, we need to start begging Chanel for some more shades. So yeah, I really recommend this. I think it's gorgeous, beautiful, natural, looks just stunning on the skin, lasts really well. Definitely a new holy grail for me. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, please like and subscribe before you go so I can see you again. Otherwise, take care for now. Bye 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 bye.